Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Andrew, how much are you up month to date, Hamid? Thank God. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna just give me 1 second. Everyone that's watching on YouTube, there is a 10-second delay on YouTube. I would recommend you guys watch this stream on Twitch. Let me just send a link. TikTok is also not delayed. TikTok is probably the least delayed. Okay. So that. The Twitch link is in the video description. On YouTube, the Twitch link is in the video description. So just go to twitch.tv/HamidTrades. And yeah. So I trade the SPY, the NASDAQ, the IWM, basically anything, but it's very easy to just focus on the S&P at times. So we're trading the 0 DTE contracts on the SPY. The closest expiration. So if I say that I'm going long, I am buying the closest at the money call with the closest expiration date. If I'm going short, same concept. I'm buying puts. This is risky. I'm going to go long 384.90 on the SPY. Very, very risky. Obviously, we never really take plays like this. 384.90 as a stop. Let's see if we get a close below that level. The NASDAQ, everything is really at support. This could be a fake out to the downside. Let's see. The NASDAQ is holding support above 288.30 really, really well. So I feel comfortable going long here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to this. I am going to hold on to these contracts. Barely down about like 4%. So let's see. The NASDAQ is still holding support. So, which is good. I want a nice rip to the upside. Obviously, this worked, but we're failing to close above highs, unfortunately. But things bounced off of support really, really well. That's basically why I was bullish leaning into the morning. Everything fell to support, and then we clearly bounced very, very well. This was a very bullish wick. We closed below this minute. Well, we didn't close below this minute. We wicked below it, and then the next two candles are green. So this is this is literally like a confirmation of a rip to the upside. So far so good. Unfortunately, the only issue is that the contracts aren't moving up in value as quick as they should. But good play nonetheless. Basically just don't allow this to go red. Made money on this. Let's see if we can get a new high day. This is the 1 minute chart of the SPY. Bulls want this to remain above 385 essentially. But yeah, so far so good. The NASDAQ is showing a lot of strength. And Apple is showing a lot of strength. Yeah, these large tech stocks and everything are showing strength. So let's get a rip to the upside. That'd be nice. But at the same time, make sure you guys are taking profits and don't allow this to go red. And now is definitely not the time to go long. We're stagnating at resistance here on the SPY. So pragmatically, we bounced, cool, but we're failing at resistance here. So make sure, like, these are scalps. This was literally the first trade of the day. You guys need to be taking profits and not allowing this to either go red, or if it closes below 385, you gotta be out. Yeah, so at this point, yeah, that was a quick little scalp. Let's see if we can break below low of day, and we can end up going short. We could go long again, 384.50 as a stop on the SPY. I'm going long 384.50 as a stop on the SPY. I'm buying the at the money calls. This is really risky, but it's about like a 20 cent stop. This could be a nice little pop to the upside, but it could also be a bull trap. But it's worth taking the trade, and you guys have to be quick. Specifically today, specifically for the rest of the week, you guys have to be quick with these trades. There's a lot of macroeconomic news coming out this week. And yeah. We just have to trade the market, leave our biases and everything to the side, regardless of what we think can happen before the market starts. All of that stuff is irrelevant. As soon as the market opens, everything can change. So you have to trade without bias, without emotion. and just take high quality trades. We had a really good risk reward. We went long around 384.60 something, 70, with basically a stop loss at low of day. So we had to take the trade. If it works out, that's fine. But this is, once again, if you guys are new here, that's fine. But usually we have to take solid setups and solid trades when they come. If we get a close below low of day, then I am out of these. We could probably start going short here. That would be interesting. All right, I'm gonna go short with a stop loss. I'm buying SPY puts with a 384.60 stop. $384.70. But yeah, everything broke below support. Let's see if we get momentum to the downside or if this is a bear trap. But clearly, we broke below support. We closed below support. This is a trade that we have to take to the short. And then we have a stop loss a bit above where this ended up. But yeah, let's see if we get more momentum to the downside. Essentially, 288.40 is a very important level on the NASDAQ. And if the NASDAQ can't reclaim that level, so if the QQQ can't reclaim 288.40, then that is going to be weak for the SPY and the rest of the market, essentially. It just reclaimed it. So now we basically need to see if it can get some solid closes above it. All right. NASDAQ had a strong reversal off of that 288.40 level. SPY new low of day. So this is good. We basically have to adapt as traders. Obviously, if the longing opportunities didn't work, we close below support. We just have to very simply just go short and follow the momentum to the downside. This is trading. Not every trade is going to work. So yeah. Yeah, interest rates are coming out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Then at 2:30 p.m., Fed Powell is going to speak. And then Friday at 2 p.m., he's going to speak again. So he's speaking twice. And there's a lot of important macroeconomic news coming out. Make sure you guys are taking profit and allowing this to run. You guys need to be making sure you guys take profit. because if we rip to the upside, you guys are just gonna miss out on a really nice little shorting opportunity that we had. So take some profit, leave runners. So for the calls, I gave you guys a stop loss that if it closed below that level, I would close out the calls. And similarly, I gave you guys a stop loss for the puts as well. If we close above a specific level, I would close out of the puts. All right. This, obviously, like, this is not a good setup to short. Obviously, we already made a big move to the downside. Now people are going to start trying to catch a bottom. But this is not a this is not a good opportunity to go short. We're basically at the lows of this move. It makes more sense to go long right now, but that is obviously also not really safe. But I really want to go long for a nice little pop. You could go you could go long with 384.30 as a target to the upside. But basically the level that bears want us to stay below is 384.50, and more importantly 384.70. Basically, we should be bouncing right now. This is a very, very, very good opportunity for us to bounce. I am almost 100% sure that we're going to bounce to 384.30. But if we don't bounce to that level, then that is going to show extreme weakness, and that means our puts are going to print like crazy. But yeah, this is a really good setup to go long with the low of day stop loss. And I'd be surprised if it doesn't work out. Yeah. If it doesn't work out, then that is very, very good for our puts. That would also set the tone for the rest of the day, because this is a really, really good longing opportunity, like a textbook longing opportunity. We should probably go long here. I'm gonna go long SPY 383.7 stop. Still holding the puts, but this is going to be a small scalp to at least 384.30. But it's also a tight stop loss. We're still holding on to the puts, but this is an opportunity, like, this is a really good long opportunity in my opinion. That's why we took the long. Easy money to the upside. That's why we had to take the long. It was just a simple, beautiful longing opportunity. And that's what it is. That's trading. There's good shorting opportunities. There's good longing opportunities. The market just keeps on giving you really nice opportunities, and you have to take them. So now these contracts are up. You guys should be up at least like $20-something per contract at this point. So easy money. You guys could take profits. You guys could leave runners, do whatever you want. The NASDAQ closed back above 288.40. So things are looking pretty good and bullish. Definitely take some profits though and leave runners. So yeah, easy money, guys. Congratulations. We hit my upward target of 388.5. I was very, very adamant about going long. And you know, it just looked like a beautiful setup. We had to go long. Very simple. Live right in front of you guys. No, there's no BS here. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so these are scalps. These are literally just quick day trades. Any of these trades I'm not holding for more than today. Like, I am looking to sell out all of the positions. So these are just day trades. If I say that I'm swinging something, then I'm gonna let you guys know. But these are all scalps, and this is the 1 minute chart. Yeah, this is a 1 minute chart on the SPY. We're trading the closest at the money contracts on the SPY. Closest dated expiration date as well. So yeah, keep an eye on the NASDAQ, the QQQ. The QQQ below 288.30. As long as the QQQ can remain above 288.30, in my opinion, the market can continue bouncing. So just be cognizant of that. People are going long again right now, 380, 370 as a stop, but this momentum on the 1 minute is clearly way too bearish. The big red candle, for it to bounce would be very, very strong, and I don't know if they can do that. NASDAQ is back to this 288.30 level, and now it needs to make a decision. Market looks very weak. Looks like we can yeah, things are basically just teetering on the brink of destruction at the moment. Of the market. It's nice. It would take a lot of strength for them to bounce it up right now, which I don't think they have. So nice. Let's see if we can break below low of day on the SPY. That'd be really, really good for our puts. So you guys should be up on these puts that we were holding. We went long because we saw an amazing opportunity to go long. We're still holding on to the puts. Today is a bit more hectic. Usually I don't trade with hedges and blah, blah, blah. It's usually just a nice, okay, I'm going long. Okay, I'm going short. But today, especially this week, we have to trade like that. And we got a nice close below low of day. Let's see if we can continue falling lower. We didn't really close that far below low of day. unfortunately. So it might not be a perfect confirmation to the downside, but let's see. Definitely the puts and everyone should be up at least $30 on the put contracts, you guys. At least $30, $35 per contract. IWM new low of day, which is good. The NASDAQ is showing weakness below 288.30, which is also good. The SPY is continuing to fall lower. Oh man, good day so far. Cool. The puts should be up over 10%. But now we're at major support on the SPY. 388.50-ish area is very, very major support. Unfortunately. So, let's see if we can break below. So far, pragmatically, we can see that bears are in control for the day so far, obviously. So, it would take a lot for bulls to reclaim momentum for today. But yeah, make sure you guys are taking profits and yeah, don't allow this to go back red. You guys should be up close to $40 a contract. This is another longing opportunity. It's gonna be one of those days where we're gonna have to basically trade long and short the entire time. Let's see. The NASDAQ came back with claim 288.30. Let's take a quick scalp to the upside. Kind of missed our entry. I'm gonna go long SPY 380, 360 as a stop. The IWM is bouncing. The NASDAQ is showing a lot of strength here. Tesla is at resistance. We need a break above 307.30 on Tesla. Apple is making new high of day. Yeah, everything's at resistance now. Unfortunately. But trade is a trade. Nice little movement to the upside. Let's see if continue. Not is what it is. This is risky. This looks like it can just fall down. It would take a lot of strength for it to continue upwards right now. That would set the tone for the rest of the day. But right now, this is a pretty risky trade. The contracts are moving up very, very quickly with a very, very small move to the upside. So that is not sustainable. And yeah, most likely what they end up doing during this time is they let it serenade for a few minutes above support. By that point, IV evens out a bit, and then they would end up ripping it. Or they can end up breaking it below. But right now, the fact that the contracts are moving up so aggressively with small baby movements to the upside is not a sustainable move to the upside. So I would be very, very careful about going aggressively long due to the options contracts increasing. So yeah, just be very, very careful. You guys should definitely take profits when you see it and do not allow this to go red. And if you want this, like, I mean, obviously the trade that we're making is a 380, 360 stop loss. But once again, this, I do not think they're going to rip it up because the options contracts literally off of a few cents move on the SPY, the contracts themselves shot up about 2 or 3%. So we talk about this every day. We see this pattern showing up, and yep. So let's see. Most likely, like I said, we're going to, if they want this to remain bullish, they're going to keep this above support for a few minutes and then rip it up higher. By that point, we're not going to make as much money to the upside, but the momentum is going to continue to the upside. Yeah, so basically just don't worry too much about this price movement. As long as we're remaining above support, that's all you really need to worry about. They're just evening out the options contracts and premiums. Because if you think about it, we had a 10-cent move in the SPY basically, and we had about like a 2-cent increase in the option contract. So imagine we're making 2% on the option contract per 10 cents. That's not sustainable. We would get really, really rich. So yeah, Apple new high of day. NASDAQ is still showing strength. Apple has a lot of resistance at 155. So if we can break above 155, that'd be great. But yeah, I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. Obviously, you'll only really like tangibly feel what I'm talking about when you're trading the contracts and when you're basically staring at the option chain. All right. This did not work. see if we get a close below low of day. This would be very devastating for bears. Everyone that just went short as we broke a low of day. If they close it very, very green like this, they're going to rip it higher. And that would be the perfect setup for them for basically evening out the option contract. The IWM is showing a lot of weakness, which is the reason why the SPY is not showing a crazy amount of strength. If the IWM starts showing a lot more strength, then the SPY would be flying. Because the NASDAQ is almost at a new high of day already. But yeah, I mean, regardless of what's going on with the price of the contract, regardless of what's happening, all we simply did was we just went long at support. Very, very simple. Throughout the day, what else did we do? We went short as support was broken. We made money on the short side. We went long at support, played for bounces. Very, very simple. Trading doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need to be looking at a bunch of different indicators, trying to figure out what's going to happen. So yeah, this was a really, really messed up thing that they did to bears. We broke a new low of day and they ripped it up higher. And then now this is really, really messed up what they're doing to bulls. Because they, everyone that went long off these candles, let's see. The next few minutes are going to be very, very interesting. And that's going to be very telling for the rest of the day, in my opinion. But yeah, you got to love days like this. This choppy price action, etc. This is all just purely because prior to all of the news and everything that are coming out. So tomorrow we have the interest rates coming out, and then we have Fed Powell speaking at 2:30, and then on Friday again he's speaking. So there's a lot going on this week. We're clearly seeing a lot of indecision from big money players. So they clearly chopped out bears. Everyone that went short as low of day broke, right? Because that's a trade. It's not a good trade. It's not a high quality trade, but as the SPY broke low of day, lots of people went short. And what did they do? Pragmatically, what did they end up doing to people? They ended up ripping it to the upside. So that we have to just immediately look at what's going on in the shortest term, basically. So yes, the overall momentum for the day is clearly bearish, right? But what did they just immediately do? We brought it all the way down, right? We opened at around 385, whatever. We brought it all the way down below 388.50. And now immediately they're ripping it to the upside. So now basically bulls want to see if this momentum can continue. But so far, they really messed with bears, unfortunately. This all set up perfectly for the amount of time that it would take for them to even out the option contract. And now it would be much more beneficial for them to rip it up to the upside. We won't make as much money, but we're still in the good trade, essentially. So unfortunately, on days like this, you know, usually we would already be up like 40 or 50%. I would be asking for the ones and it'd be a nice day, but days like this, especially weeks like this, very choppy. Yesterday we were fortunate. The market was very fluid, worked out beautifully. But today, and then I'm assuming on Thursday as well, because it's the day before. So I think today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be really just choppy. Interesting price action. So just keep that in mind. make sure you guys are taking profits and not allowing, you know, like if you guys entered very, very heavily because you're like, oh my God, let's see if his contracts, let's see if it works, blah, blah, blah. Like now is the time to just lower your position size and let the trade run so that you aren't mentally stressed out. NASDAQ is making a new high of day. Apple is at resistance. This contract is up pretty nicely as well. All right, let's see if we get a close above. Everything is at resistance now, but let's just see if we can get a close above 384.30 on the SPY. So far, my analysis and everything has been completely on point. If you guys are watching from the For You page, make sure you guys enter in, double tap the screen, follow me on TikTok, do all that good stuff. You guys are learning stuff that people that charge you money aren't teaching because they don't understand what the hell is going on. And it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I'm blessed to be able to talk about this stuff because, you know, I'm happy to share. So just make sure that you guys are taking profits as it goes up. This is clearly a very choppy range bound market. Don't allow this to go back to 380. Do not allow this to fall back to low of day, just hoping that it'll bounce. When you see profit like this, you have to take it, especially if you entered late. Small profits is better than no profits. So essentially, bulls want this to remain above 383.90. So that's why it's important if you're holding multiple contracts, you can sell some and then allow the runners to remain either in profit or above levels of support. And that's how you trade. Make sure you guys are taking profit. This is a really good shorting opportunity. So make sure you guys are taking profit. Oh man, I want to go short. Crap. The only way I won't short is if we get a close above this range essentially, and I don't think that we will. So you guys, this is such a good short, damn it. Definitely not a time to go long. Should have just went short. Yeah, so the reason why I wanted to go short was we were failing at resistance. We saw all of these multiple wicks. We had a bit of a break of this high, but we couldn't sustain it. And because of that, that was a really, really solid, that showed a lot of weakness. And basically we had these two big red candles right afterward. Well, But yeah, right now is a very, very risky long. It just keeps looking like it's on the brink of destruction. Like the market can just really show a lot of weakness. Damn. Should have just went short. Short holding low day. Yeah, this is risky to go long. It makes more sense to go short. All right, let's grab SPY puts with 383.6. 1 second. I'm kind of greedy. I want to retest the resistance before I enter into shorts. Because we missed the short on the top, but now pragmatically we're sitting at support. So you would much rather enter short at a level of resistance instead of at a new low of day and after something like this just happened. Because we just had huge major red candles. So a bounce is bound to happen. That's why I'm waiting for a bounce to resistance to enter into. Yeah, so far you can see that today is not very fluid. There's not much movement. It's at one direction. It's chopping around. Usually days aren't like this. Days are much more fluid. But the most important thing is on days like today when there is a lot of choppy price action, it's important to not lose a lot of money. And even if it's not a huge green day, the main thing is not to trade super aggressively on choppy days. Now is sort of a much better shorting opportunity with 380, 375 as a stop. But I wanted to be greedy and wait for a touch of that level if possible, but we never got it. It is what it is. IWM is making higher lows. This could be good, but it's still trading below. IWM is still trading below resistance, but it's making higher lows. And the IWM was one of the reasons why the SPY was showing so much weakness, even as the NASDAQ was showing so much strength. So if the IWM can get its act together, then the SPY should start flying. Currently, we can see that it is getting its act together. It's making higher lows. So therefore, this is also a very risky play. Let's go long SPY with low of day stop loss. This is risky, but the right things are showing strength. So we got to take it. And it is what it is. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But a trade is a trade. Apple is breaking above its range high. The IWM is showing strength. NASDAQ is trading back above 288.40. Trade is a trade. You gotta take as basically trading is a numbers game. If one trade doesn't work, there are 10 different other opportunities that come about. So it's just a numbers game. All right, so what bulls want is a clear-cut break of 383.80. We went and retested 383.75, my initial shorting opportunity that I wanted, but everything is showing a good amount of strength. So it's tough to sort of fight this momentum off of the bottoms here. But yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't had like a big 40-50% play, because you can just clearly look at the chart of the SPY on the 1 minute. Things are just very stagnant and range bound trading. Make sure you guys are taking profit. Make sure please you guys are taking profit and just solidifying profit, because this is starting to look like a good shorting opportunity. But make sure you guys are taking profit. And yeah, regardless of whether this continues bouncing or not, just please. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's get a nice close above this range, and then we can potentially break above 384. You guys should be up pretty nicely on these contracts as well. Make sure you guys are taking profit. But yeah, obviously the market is not moving fluid today, but we're on the right side of the trade. That's the most important thing. 384 is major resistance on the SPY. Everything is at resistance. So unfortunately, it I'm gonna go short SPY with 3. Ugh. They could keep on ripping it up with abnormal strength. That's the issue. short SPY 383.80 as a stop. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. But yeah, sell those. Sell those. We can use we should probably just use 383.40 as a stop for longs. So going long, SPY 383.40 as a stop. Because it's a lot of weakness in the market, but off of these lows, they're showing a lot of strength. So I don't want to try to time a top and try to force the momentum against. IWM is about to make a new low of day, but the NASDAQ and everything is still showing strength. Unfortunate. A lot of these setups can be working very, very nicely, but because we have all this news coming out this week, there's a lot of indecision. But these setups would be working out beautifully. Lots of indecision. We've been trading in what, a 380, 33. We've been trading in like a 60-cent range for the past 15 minutes. Everything is at resistance again, unfortunately. Basically any other day, the SPY would sort of be at like a high of day already, because this move has been basically brewing for a long time. We've been range bound since like 940, so this would have already ripped to the upside. But unfortunately, lots of indecision, especially coming out of banks and the IWM, because of the rates coming out tomorrow. So because there's indecision in the banks, the banking sector, and the IWM, That indecision. Oh, okay. Beautiful. Again, this doesn't really mean anything. We need a nice club. A lot of people are going long right now, but we need to pragmatically see what they do to these late longs because they are late. So we need to see what they do to these guys. Are they going to reward late bulls? And of course, as you see profit like this, you guys should be taking profit. Failing at resistance. Bulls basically want to see if this can remain above 383.60. Really, really choppy price action. That's why I said it doesn't really mean anything. It was not something to get super, super excited about. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to do except to wait. We're holding support. Things are clearly showing a lot of weakness, but we're holding support really, really well. But the one thing to comment on is that we're failing to hold and maintain above resistance. But this is a range bound trading market. There's a lot of indecision this week. So I'm expecting this to continue ping-ponging. There weren't any amazing fluid movements to the up or the downside so far today. No huge 40, 50, 100% plays. And there are going to be days where the market really just is indecisive. Like, yeah, very simply, I mean, we're just going long at support, and then we can see that resistance is failing. So it's unfortunate. The IWM is starting to show a lot of weakness, but it's still holding above low of day, which is hilarious. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We're just watching paint dry together. And I would not want to watch paint dry with anyone but you guys. All right, there we go. Let's see if we can break. Pragmatically, this looks like a really good shorting opportunity, but everything is right at support once more. And going short here, they could just, yeah. I'm gonna go short 380, 350 as a stop on the SPY. Contracts are moving very poorly. But basically 380, 350 is going to be resistance. But we can easily rip it right back up. And what we've already been seeing is they've been making new lows and then just rip it right back up afterward. So depends on this candle. Depends on how this candle closes. We'll either close out earlier, or we will just hold on to these, or just go long. We'll see. But oh, sorry. But so far you can see that they wicked it all the way back up. And this is similar. It's another bear trap, potentially. So but we're not seeing the same strong follow through to the upside that we did before. I have a trigger ready to go long. Because if they rip it up here, that would be very, very brutal for bears. IWM is holding support really well, unfortunately. Let's go long SPY 383 as a stop. I'm gonna sell the puts. 383 SPY, stop loss on the SPY. 383. If this ends up showing weakness again, we'll go short. Tesla new high of day. The SPY is breaking up above. This contract should be up about 10% for you guys. Everything jumped right back to resistance. And here we go. So yeah, basically just yeah, we caught up. Obviously we made sure that we changed from our bearish buys. We saw that there was a big wick over here, and this was a very bullish wick. So we basically just went long. And now we're back to resistance. And unfortunately, since we're in a trading range bound market, it becomes more difficult to go long up here. But yeah, essentially bulls want this to remain above 383.60. But you guys got to make sure you guys are taking profit when it shows up. We shot up, had a big move to the upside. On days like this, you guys have to be very quick with your orders and execution. 383.60 is holding. Yeah, the market is basically begging for a break of either the upside range or the downside range, because this is very slow and choppy price action. The NASDAQ has been trading. The NASDAQ's been trading in about $1.70 range since market open. Since we are in a range-bound trading market, it becomes a increasing. You should not be going long at resistance. You should be going short at resistance, and very simply, we should be going long at support. That's what we have to do. So basically, on days when it's very choppy like this is a range-bound trading market. Okay, so just remember, moving forward, the safest trade would be to buy calls at support and to basically go short at resistance. Those are the two main things that you really need for a range-bound trading market. For days that we have a lot of fluid momentum, you could trade alongside the momentum, but today is not one of those days. So it's important to understand how to maneuver and between the different market environments, etc. People going along right now, 383.40 as a stop. So if we potentially fall down to 383.40, I might go long at this. Then basically we would have a stop loss for 380. Let's see. Right now, definitely people are going long. So we need to see what they do to people that are going long right now. Basically, we need to see if they're going to reward these late bulls. $383.60 is holding a support. So far, people that did go long at that level, they were rewarded a little bit, but a real reward would be a break of resistance. So if we can break above 384.30, 384.20, that would be rewarding for late bulls. things are still failing here at resistance, unfortunately. So. And usually what ends up happening on range bound trading days like this, usually the move, if there is one, ends up happening around like post 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. By that point, all of the early morning traders end up becoming fatigued, and they just end up not wanting to trade as much because the early morning momentum was choppy. Once some more time serenades, and once Europe closes as well, then they end up making a decent move. $384.30. We need to close above $384.30, and then this can fly. But right now the SPY is sitting at VWAP. The IWM is about 20 cents away from VWAP. All right, now things can get interesting. We're starting to break above the range high here. Definitely, guys, take some profits. Increase your stop loss. They rewarded late bulls. All right, so everyone that went long over here, they rewarded them by breaking it above these levels of resistance. So pragmatically, at the moment, they've rewarded late bulls. So now let's see if they can continue this movement. We need a clean cut hold above 384.70. If we can do that, then we're going to see a new high of day on the SPY. But if not, this would be, in hindsight, this is going to be an amazing shorting opportunity. But so far, we see a lot of momentum to the upside. But now we're literally at resistance. But we need a nice close above 384.75. People are going short right now. 384.75, 384.80 as a stop loss. People are getting into short. But it's tough to go short when the market basically broke out of a bull flag from the lows. Especially when the IWM is showing strength. But yeah. $384.75, $384.80 is still acting as resistance. $289.50. $289.60 is super important resistance level on the NASDAQ. And we're sitting at that level as well. So we need a close above 289.60 on the Qs. And a close above 384.80 on the SPY. But we caught this move from the bottom. Here we are, but now we're sitting at resistance. I would go short usually I would go short with a 384.80 stop loss, but this strength is the only reason why I'm not going short is because it took a very, very long time for us to start breaking above out of the range. So I want to see if they can continue the strength in the direction that they initially broke it out of, which is bullish. The IWM is also trading above VWAP now, which is good. But the NASDAQ is at clear-cut resistance. So many people are going short right now. Same concept, 384.80 stop loss. But I would love to go short, but the market is just very strong. Bulls basically want this to remain above the breakout level from where we broke out of on the bull flag, which coincides pretty perfectly with the VWAP on the 1 minute on the SPY. So basically 384.20, 384.30. That's what bulls want to hold support. So what we saw earlier, they held 380, 360. And now essentially we need to see if they're going to hold 384.30, 384.20. So we saw that they held that level over here. And now we basically just need to see if they can hold this level over here. We are trading much further away from it. So it does make sense for them to bring it down to 384.20. And then from here, that's where they're going to make a decision, in my opinion. If we never come back and test this level, then that is going to show a lot of strength. But it's a very high likelihood chance that they come back and retest 384.20 before making a decision to go up higher. Now would be a perfect time for them to rip it down. Many people are going long, basically, with this 384.35 area as a stop, but this isn't an actual support. This is not an actual support level. I think they're just, if they rip it up from here, that would just be ridiculous strength. I'd be very surprised. Because that is not a clear-cut, clean level of support, but I'm not complaining. Ooh, wow. This doesn't really make any sense for them to rip it up higher. It would favor the bulls more if they came back to 384.20. The IWM is trading right below VWAP. So as you can see, as we got closer to levels of resistance, they're just chopping it around even more here, because it doesn't make sense for them to bounce it off of 384.30. So right now it makes more sense to go short with 384.80 as a stop. But it's almost 11 o'clock. We've been trading pennies. Still need to close above 384.80. This big candle doesn't really mean anything. If we wick and fail to close above resistance, people are going to go short, because we're sitting right at resistance right now. So keep that in mind. If we don't show explosive strength soon, then this is going to be an amazing shorting opportunity. That's exactly what happened so far. But 384.20 needs to hold a support. Hey, thank you guys on TikTok for all the likes. Really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching and dropping the likes and everything like that, especially on a day like this. Really cool. 7,000 likes. That's hilarious. Thank you guys. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two from earlier on. We were talking about the options premium changing. Yeah. Range bound trading market. I hope you guys understand just to go long at support, to go short at resistance. So now basically we're sitting at support. So this is a very important when bulls basically make a decision. Are they going to continue bidding and rip it up higher? Because this is the best case for bulls. We needed a retest of this level of support before going long again. So now that we're here, are they going to reward people that were patient enough to wait for this longing opportunity? That's basically what we're looking at right now. And people that are going long right now, they're holding for like a 383.90 support stop loss. But yeah, the main thing is you cannot allow your emotions to dictate your decision. You can't allow, oh, I just lost on this trade. Oh, I just lost on this next trade. Oh, I just won. All right, I'm going to double down on my winner next trade. You have to trade like a robot, essentially. You can't allow your emotions to dictate anything. Just trade the levels blindly. That's it. Be patient and trade the levels blindly. Now is a really good opportunity to. Okay. Not bad. This was basically the most ideal situation for bulls. So far the people that did enter and that were patient enough to wait for 384.20 have been rewarded very nicely so far. And this is looking like we should continue going higher. The SPY is sitting at the 200 SMA on the 1 minute. It bounced exactly off of that level, so that's coincides pretty perfectly with a 385. 385 is major resistance on the SPY, obviously. The NASDAQ is trading above 289.60, which is good. But essentially now is not the time to go long. It was the time to go long at 384.20, or when we entered basically at the low of day. Ooh, nice. Once again, this doesn't really mean anything. We want a nice solid close comfortably above 385. All right, nice. Took a while, but we're starting to get a good little move to the upside. We need solid candle closes. These wicks are not bullish. These wicks are actually bearish. So we need a nice close above 385 on this candle. 385.10 would be very comfortable. It's not. We didn't get a strong enough close above. Tesla is at major resistance here at 312.40. Everything is at major resistance now. It makes sense for them to bring it back down a bit, unfortunately. Oh. they could end up bringing it back down to 384.60, unfortunately. Sorry, I haven't really been active in the chats at all. The market's been very choppy. I've been trying to find good setups for you guys. Hope you guys understand. I was gonna make a corny joke. I was gonna say, if you guys don't understand, then I recommend getting a dictionary. Corny joke, corny joke. Let me stop. Damn, people are going short. This is a really solid shorting opportunity. But the momentum is very bearish. Alright, the momentum is very bullish. People are going long right now with a 384.70 stop. $384.70 would be a beautiful level for them to just hold and continue upwards. So a lot of people are going long right now. Let's see if they reward late bulls. 384.70. Good trade right now. A lot of people are doing that right now. And then as we get, we're very close to high of day as well. So we're seeing good strength so far. We're seeing the IWM break above its range high relative to the SPY. So the IWM is showing a lot more strength right now than the SPY is. Just make sure you guys are solidifying profits. People are going short with a high of day stop loss, basically, and people are going long with a 384.70 stop loss. We are bull flagging at resistance. That is generally not a good sign for bulls. The IWM is literally failing right at the 200 SMA at 178.60. The SPY is also trading right around 385, which is the 200 SMA. Not every day is going to be fluid. Not every day is going to be an easy, fluid trading day. The winners that win in trading are people that persevere. So if you can persevere through these trading environments and you can learn from your mistakes and you can learn to be patient and disciplined, then in the long run, you end up winning. But yeah, guys, once again, I would usually be very responsive in the comments and everything like that, but I've just been trying to focus on the trades. So trust me, like, I don't want you guys to feel offended that I haven't responded to any of your questions. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that at all. So I hope you guys understand. It's all love. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for supporting and everything. But at the moment, I can't afford to take my eyes off the screen. So now we're sitting at support. The SPY and the IWM are sitting at VWAP. But yeah, guys, a pretty choppy day. Don't worry about it. There's going to be much, much better days. For example, yesterday, for example, a lot of the days last week, when things are just very fluid. Go long, boom, 10 minutes later, 100%. Life is good, but not every day is like that. So it's important to make sure that we have bullets in the chamber, that we still have money left over on days when it's trading beautifully. All right. So that's why it's very, very important. Regardless of what I'm doing, regardless of how many trades we're taking, everything that we're doing, we need to always make sure that we sell at a predefined level for a loss. Mitigating your risk is one of the most important things you can do as a trader. You need to have levels predefined before you even enter a trade. So you can see what I do. You know, we go long with a certain stop loss. Boom, we close below that level. I'm out. On to the next trade. Trading is a numbers game. It's very simple. People are going long right now with a 384 13 stop. Makes sense for them to bounce it even higher here. The worst part about it is that you can go long with a you can go long basically with a 384 like 12 stop, but they're setting up a head and shoulders, which is the unfortunate thing. All right, this is gonna be the last trade of the day. I'm gonna go short SPY 384.90 stop. 384.90 is a stop loss. If we break above that level, then I am out. But we're short SPY 384.90 as a stop. Things are still holding support, but we're still continuing to fail at resistance. $384.90. We would need a lot of buying pressure to maintain it and for us to move upwards. And that would be pretty surprising at this point. The range is getting even tighter. We're basically, this is a very, very tight range that they're making here. If they rip it up from here, it would just be a very abnormal amount of strength. This is why I'm comfortable holding on to short, even if the support is holding. Resistance is also holding. The market has been very heavy all day. Tesla just made a new high of day. The IWM has held support and is breaking above the range pretty well. Apple is consolidating at high of day as well. We're wicking above resistance. Close to it. That's not bullish. 312.40 is major support for Tesla. If we end up breaking below 312.40, then that could be pretty good for puts. But currently, we're holding support really well on Tesla. We're also holding support really well on Apple. Same on the IWM. Well, Apple made a new high of day. Lots of people are becoming bullish. Lots of people became bullish as Apple basically made a new high of day. So now let's see if they can, what they do to those bulls. Now a lot of people are starting to become bearish on the SPY, especially as we just had this big red candle after the big green candle. This is a bearish setup. People are trying to go short here, but then since we're in a range, we fell to support. Now let's see if bounce. The IWM is sitting at VWAP. The SPY is trading comfortably above it. Trading in a tight range. Apple is retesting high of day. Tesla is still holding above 312.40. Things are right at support again. So now we have to see if we can finally get a break below these range lows, or if they're just going to give it another opportunity to go long here. Continue ping-ponging around this range. $314.12 and $314.30 are two major support levels on the SPY. Honestly, they can rip it up from here, bring it back all the way up to 388, 340, 384.90, and just continue ping pong. To be honest. But yeah, honestly, like the reason why I went short is because it would just take a lot of buying pressure for them to rip it up. So that's why the odds of them having that much ammunition and willing to rally the market. I don't think it would want to. The NASDAQ is back down to this important 289.60 level. If that can hold its support, then the rest of the market is going to bounce. We're at major support on the NASDAQ. Unfortunately. Many people are starting to become bearish a bit late here. It would be an amazing opportunity for them to rip it up to make the late bears lose money, because 384.12 is major support, so we can easily just bounce off this level. Going long 384.12. Everything is literally just sitting at support. So yeah. Going long right now, 384.12 is a freaking amazing trade to the long side as well, unfortunately. So it looks like we can bounce off of this level. It would be an amazing longing opportunity. Yeah, you could honestly go long. Oh man, 384.20 stop. This looks like it's about to pop up, unfortunately. I hope it doesn't, but it's a beautiful opportunity for longs. I'm just gonna chop it around. Ah. 384.12. Get a break below that level. But so far, it's been a range bound market. I'm gonna go long SPY 384.33 as a stop. 384.33 is a stop on the SPY going long. The puts, I mean, like 384.90 is a stop loss on those puts. 384.33 is a stop loss on the longs. It's one of those days. Things unfortunately are just continuing to show strength and not close below support. Momentum looks bullish though, thankfully. We went straight to resistance, wicked above it. Failed so far. We never got to close above 384.90. We wicked above it. People are going short again. Brutal move. Not that brutal, but it was a bit of a brutal move for bears. People that wanted to become short. As we had a big red candle, we closed, well, we wicked below these levels of support. And then, yeah, if this is a green candle as well, then this is 100%. This is brutal for bears. Very nice. Perfect. All right, so now let's see if we can break above a high of day. All right, high of day on the SPY, perfect. Nice. Now let's see if we get 386. Wow, what a choppy day. But hopefully we made some of our money back. I'm sure you guys made some of your money back from the calls. Now hopefully if this continues flying, that would be very, very good. We closed above high of day on the SPY. The prior high of day was at 385.30. So now people are essentially going long here with a 385.20 to 385.30 stop loss on the SPY. A retest of that level would be very bullish. And then a rip upwards. But generally going long as we break above a high of day with like a stop loss close to where the prior high of day was. So in this instance, it would be around like 385.20, 385.15. You could go long with that as a stop loss. Now, in my opinion, is not really the time to go short. I'd be careful about going short. Also, another thing to take into account is that the IWM is not even near a high of day yet. So there's still a lot more room left to go in the tank. Because if the IWM can get closer to resistance, then the SPY would be much higher already. So that's basically what's going on right now, because the market is like a magnet. That's why we see everything flying here. So another trade that I talk about is basically a break of high of day. You could go long, especially after a long range bound day like today. When we break above high of day, it's a very high likelihood that we continue going upwards. So that's what we're seeing here. That's why trading is a numbers game. If you quit trading is a numbers game, but it's also very important to maintain your emotional clarity. If you can maintain your emotional clarity and make sound decisions without using your emotions, then regardless of how many trades you lose, you just have to enter them at the right times. So we were holding short earlier, right? And once I started seeing strength and once I started seeing that we were holding support really, really well, regardless of whether we were holding shorts or not, we have to buy calls. Because we clearly saw that, yes, we made a bit of a move down. Yes, we went short around whatever, 384.80, and then it fell down. But then support was holding very, very well, unfortunately for our puts, right? That's why we entered long. That's what trading is. Not everything is going to work out exactly perfectly. You have to be ready to adapt. And yes. So far, so good. But yeah, it's almost 12 o'clock. Oh, sorry. Let's see if we can close above 386. That would be very good. We are very close to high of day on the IWM as well. You can see some indecision as the IWM, as we got to the high of day for the IWM. or are we about to see some crazy momentum to the upside? These next 2 minutes are going to be very important to see. The longer we stagnate here at resistance, the higher likelihood that we're going to end up retesting 385.20, which is major support. Therefore, it's important to take some profits and leave runners. If you have the mentality that your next trade is going to end up making the losses up for the last trade, then you're not going to make it in trading. You have to treat every single trade as a separate trade. That's the way to do it. You have to trade them separately. Let's see if we can get a nice close above 386. So now at this point, even if you guys did hold the puts for 384.9, the SPY is up enough and the calls are up enough to have made up for the loss on those put plays as well. The IWM is right at high day. You get a close above this and that'd be really good. Comfortable close above 386.10 would be ideal for the SPY. If you guys made money on the calls and like the put thing that I was doing, basically if you guys are up green so far for this play, drop some ones in the comments. Covered my loss from the previous play. Thanks for the call. Makes sense. Fat ones in the chat. Yeah, just ones. Oh, nice. A lot of ones. Nice. Very, very nice. Up for the day. Nice. Back. Could have been cleaner, but yeah, it is what it is. So it looks like we can continue going on higher as long as 385.20 can hold on the SPY. We could see 388. Potentially, we could see 387, 388 today. Yeah, for everyone that's still trading, congratulations. We ended up catching a nice move to the upside after hours of just consolidation and range bound trading. Worked out. I'll be right back. Hopefully by then another nice leg up would. But yeah, I've got to leave. Basically, what we need to see is 385.20 hold as support. 385-ish area basically just needs to hold as support, and then if it does, we can continue going higher. I would say the bull bear line for today is going to be around 384.90. If 384.90 can maintain on the SPY, then we're bullish for the day. If we break down below, then we're bearish for the day. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Obviously, it was longer and more choppier and everything, more range bound than usual. If you guys have any questions or anything, because I wasn't able to answer anything, make sure to message me on Discord or message me on Instagram. I'll respond there. And once again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the support, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys. And let's I want to keep trading. Damn. All right, I have to